Just seen someone in chat saying Nagano and Loveness are 1-1 at the moment.
Oh, amazing. I mean, we're spoilt for choice with today.
Alright, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of the semi-finals, Helping Hands against Jove. This is a match, and Jove really took it to Hands, who's been really on form today. We've Hands take out both Button and DevM, and it looks, to be honest, like he's struggling with Jove right now. Of course, Jove, this time picking the first time we've seen this today, OKW faction. We haven't seen OKW once, and we saw them loads last week. Now we're seeing a very peculiar starting build, double Kubels.
Oh, very interesting. I've seen Jove do this before, to be honest. I think it was when NA was accessible for Russian players, and yeah, he did that in that particular tournament, and a General Gentleman casted him. It's very interesting to see.
Actually been cancelled though.
Oh, okay, maybe it was a misclick. Thank you for interrupting me there, because I didn't want to speak about them for too long whilst it wasn't going to be a thing. Oh dear.
Well, nothing different from Hands from what we've seen today. Two infantry squads. Then we've got the UC coming out, so we're probably looking at tactical support commander again. This time though, tactical support, you know, with the command universal carrier, that recon's going to be useless as there's no snipers here, so I'm interested to see where he's going with this one.
Yeah.
He's going to change up his strategy a little bit, I think.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, what is it going to do exactly, the recon planes? I mean, to my knowledge, can it decloak Rakettenwerfers? That'll be an interesting one to see.
It should be able to decloak, yeah, I think. But the thing is here is, OKW I think is maybe a bit of a better performer against Brits because you have the access to anti-tank in your base tier. So there isn't going to be that much problems with an AEC when it comes out. Also, you've got shoe mines that are only 30 munitions, which are pretty decent at you know, doing damage. Could be you know, a pretty good time for Jove if he wants to try and counter that build. Really, the pressure for me seems to be on Hands switching things up here.
There we go. The command tanks do some terraforming, destroying bushes, etc. It's actually gunning down the Stern Pioneers right now. It's a nice little foray from the Universal Carrier there. Helping Hands notably hasn't actually capped any territories yet, except the one directly outside his base.
Yeah, he's really going for the aggressive start, isn't he? If he can wipe out any of these squads now as well, it'd be really, really good.
He's going to go for the Kubel.
Jove is bringing out Raketten straight away.
One more spray, and he's done it. He's taking out the Kubel, the Universal Carrier rather.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup, and a much needed pickup as well. It's going to give him a little bit of confidence, and that Kubel, no map control taken by that Kubel, by the way. Maybe got 1 point. So it's a huge loss for Jove in terms of what he's actually spent and what it's supposed to do. Hands completely denied the benefit of the Kubel there.
Yeah, nice start for Hands. But very interesting. I keep drawing parallels from the Kickoff Cup final, the hype moment when Hands finally won a tournament. It was actually a reversal of these exact factions. It was Jove playing pre-AEC Brits and Hands playing OKW. So yeah, very interesting to see the parallels once again there. AEC, not AEC, rather Universal Character Marauding. It's got 2 kills, one of which is a Kubel, so it's done really well for itself so far. And obviously, when it's got the Commander Recon going on, it'll more than pay for itself in terms of strategical ability.
So far, so good. I'm wondering if we're going to see more emplacements played here. We did see a mortar from Hands when he's playing on Langoskaya. It'd be quite nice to see one here a little bit early on. It's a very, very good way to hold the 2 VPs left and mid. Right-hand side is probably going to be the difficult one here to attack as Brits. Tactical support, I don't think is going to be the right commander if he plans to attack that in the way that he has done. Sorry, in the way that he needs to this game. So something like Commandos or Vanguard would be really, really good, of which he does have access to both. The left side, can be very well defended with. So he does have like a kind of natural terrain advantage there.
Can't believe it, I just zoomed in inside the church to show the infantry firing out of it, and then they exited. And of course when they exit, they disappear entirely, like teleport. There's not quite exactly what you want to see, to be honest. Basically, bad camera work. Good choice by Jove, by the way. I mean, I really do like Scavenger Doctrine because mainly, do you know why I like it? I love infiltration tactic grenades. I think 10 munitions for what they give you is one of the biggest bargains in the game.
They are good. I mean, Jaeger infantry are good. Obviously, you get the units to pop out of buildings, access to the infiltration grenades, and the Ostwind, which is quite an important unit as well. We saw a strategy actually. Was it from Jove? Was it from Jove last week that played the strategy with the Ostwinds and the Rakettans only?
Very possibly Jove. Yes, it may have been.
I think it was a Jove and Nagano game, and we saw, you know, the players have been playing against each other loads. You could pretty much tell. I'm pretty sure Nagano knew what was coming and was trying to combat it. But actually, it was a really, really good strategy, and I don't know if it won. Trying to think back to this. That could be what we're seeing here, though. It's very, very reminiscent of that. We want to probably see a couple of Rakettans, then we're going to see multiple Ostwinds. They're going to move together, and then the infantry are going to make a lot of capping power. We saw it last time against USF. This time it's against Brits. How are they going to handle it?
Just to correct myself, I do like to correct myself whenever I'm wrong. It's 15 munitions for the infiltration grenades. My bad. Never mind. Get a little bit of lag here and there. Seems like my RAM's been taken up. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. Helping Hands has finally chosen Tactical Support Regiment like we thought he would. And doesn't designate.
I don't know if I like it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why he's picked it, and it is good.
But Vanguard with that crocodile, mate, that would have been so much better in my opinion.
Vanguard is just great, especially if you've got Bren and AEC. You can just cap so much of the map with, and especially against OKW where there's no snares. You know, the only thing you got to worry about is a Rakettan. The capping ability is huge. It would have been a good choice here. I can understand why he's on tactical support because, again, you know, the command vehicle is just endlessly useful. But Jove's got such a great early game coming on here. The AEC and the UC build, you can just see getting hammered by the Rakettan already. Jove's strong.
Jove's a very strong player indeed. You don't get to #1 all 5 factions without being a strong player, and I think that's a bit of an understatement.
Well, of course, he's the only person that's done that, isn't he?
Yes, he is the only Grandmaster since WFA was released. We have had, I think, Jesulin was the 4 factions Grandmaster. He managed to get #1 all 4 factions. Then Brits got released. Jove's the only man to do it. It takes a lot of work to do that, a lot of man hours.
And of course the advantage you get from doing that is that you know the weaknesses of every faction, every commander in the meta inside out. It's highly likely that Jove knows exactly what's going on with the Brits right now, exactly where the weak spots are. It's probably why he's playing this this commander in this build.
So soon as the Schwerpanzer headquarters is up, this command vehicle recon will no longer be a thing. It pays for itself whilst it's there, and I think Hans likes it so much, like having the free map hacks, basically, which is essentially what it is, that he, you know, preferred to use that than anything else, which is to his benefit. Oh shoot, that's just normal mine. Here we go, the Stern Pioneer possibly could die on retreat. The AEC bursts through the wooden fence. 1 more shot required, 2 more shots required. Don't make a fool of me, AEC. There he goes. Kills the log pile for good measure with that 2.5 radius splash damage, which was formerly 0.5, and Relic multiplied it by 5.
That was a pretty aggressive push, and it worked as well.
Yeah, it's very aggressive. It's good. Good stuff. Another Stern Pioneer building straight away, so that's a lot of manpower for Jove to expend. .300 to be precise. It's very, as I say, I think these games between these 2 players, in my opinion, are a little bit touchy-feely. They do like to wait before they go for those big assaults. It's not like balls-out aggression every second of the game. There we go, Jaeger Light Infantry pushing this infantry section away to picking off a model on retreat. Elsewhere, Folks Grenadiers versus the Church Garrisoned Infantry section. AEC to come in support. Decides to attack the Husk instead. Oh,
I'm wondering right now what this What this sniper's going to do, obviously they've got a bit of a risk there because of the Jaeger light infantry as well. Any building pop is very, very good against snipers. It's a difficult one. Hans has got a nice lockdown on the left. Again, I really feel like we could see this mortar pit being really useful here. I'm surprised that hasn't been something that's been built up already.
Yeah, you could just imagine it behind the church right now. It would be really dominant, especially if you mined or barbed wire each side of the church. You'd have the mortar pit. It'd be pretty impervious, to be honest. It'd smash the battle group headquarters, that's for sure. And it's interesting to see that he's not doing that. Ooh, AC rushing in, denying the cover of the Jaeger light infantry, but then you've got the Shrek Folks Grenadiers going to push the AEC away. The SWS supply truck is on the field. So options available to it. 100.
What Jove's doing is this lockdown. It's a very, very important thing you need to do with Axis before you can actually step anywhere. And he's taken the control of the munitions, control of the fuel. That's where Hans' focus needs to be right now. He needs to rattle him before he can get set up. The second that we see these data structures get set up, and we are seeing the Schwerer Panzer headquarters go on that quite vital strategic point. When those start going up, that's when things start getting difficult. Hans is making an excellent decision here by building a mortar behind the church. That is going to be able to bombard the hell out of the Panzerschwer, deny tier 4, basically force Jove to go for this Raketen and Ostwind build that we saw previously.
I'm not sure it will reach the Schwer, mate, from that position. I think its range might just be out. What do you think? You probably know better than me.
Schwer from there?
Do you think?
It could probably fire to his base.
Really? I didn't think it was that far.
It's
I genuinely
ridiculous.
didn't. Is it really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
To be fair, it is behind the church. I think I'm used to it being a bit further back.
Now it's firing on the Schwerer headquarters right now.
Really?
So, yeah, it's the range is incredible, and especially on maps of this size.
Honestly, I thought it. No, genuinely, I must be honest. I don't actually play Brits myself, so I'm not used to the range. That's interesting to know. Bloody hell, that is quite far.
Yeah, you can basically put this in the center of the map and have it cover 3 VPs here. So
oh my god,
it's a very, very potent emplacement to have there. He needs to make sure that he protects it well. Something like a Bo3 could go really well here on the back lines.
Oh, nice from Hans. He jumped out the church, back in the church, dodged the infiltration grenades with ease. Okay, so the mortar's doing some great shots in on the Schwer. Schwer giving away its position currently by firing on the recon planes.
Mortar shots on the infantry, just degrading the health of those like, straight away. You're seeing incendiaries now, brace structure placed at precisely the right time. Really, really good decision. Of course, incendiary will now have no effect. Hans is really good with the Brits. Those kind of timings are especially important in making sure that you keep placements alive. I have my personal feeling about this Bren gun is that it could be equipped with a Wasp. It's actually really good, especially if you were to keep it in the center as he is. Firing the Wasp down that narrow channel on the north side of the church would basically just prevent any assault coming from it whatsoever. They wouldn't be able to get the incendiary grenades off. It could be a really good idea to do that.
You can still do that for 90 munitions as well, by the way. He has 137 in total. So it is an option available to you, the Hansi man.
Just attack ground constantly with the Wasp there, it's a great denier.
He could keep his mortar pit from being flanked by Folks Grenadiers with Panzerschreck, so it's definitely an option available to him. For now, though, it seems like he's teched up to the final tier for the Brits, and he's going to be thinking about getting his Cromwell up for 100.
Check out that mortar, Vet 2 already.
Honestly.
It's firing on the battle grouper.
Good choice. I mean, he's going to deny him even healing his infantry for fear of being lit up by these mortar shells.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, picking which one of these to actually hit is kind of an important strategical decision, really, because the Schwerer Panzer headquarters obviously denies more fuel. It's more costly to get it back up. You'll notice, by the way, Jove has missed the opportunity to salvage his Kubel. That is a strange thing to see, because a lot of players, want that extra fuel. It's really, really important. I wonder if he just hasn't spotted it, or whether he's forgotten it's there.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you're in a brutal situation such as a game 2 of a semi-final of a massive tournament that's been going on for the past nearly 7 hours now. You can forgive him that, I guess, just about. Do you forgive him, Dan? No. Okay.
He needs to assert himself. You know, he's been the #1 player in all factions. I don't know how you get that far without missing something. You know, sorry, by missing something like that.
AC doing good splash damage against these Folks Grenadiers, really putting the hurt in them, and then they're going to go back to the battle group headquarters and attacked by a mortar. There's no escape. The Raketenwerfer opens up against the AC, pushes it away in kind. Oh! Mine goes off, kills 3 Folks Grenadiers that were going to go for the mortar pit. Also got Sniper opening up on fire on that Raketen. Royal Engineer possibly going down. Needs to get out of there.
Hansen's got a sniper as well that's barely doing anything. It's on 3 kills and just not being used at the moment.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a bit of a testament to how intense the game is going for both players. You know, we've seen the salvage missed, seen the sniper just kind of sitting there. There's clearly too much going on for both these top level players right now. You can actually see that on the tactical map. There are so many engagements going on constantly. The advantage kind of lies in Hans having this mortar pit. It does a lot of the work for him.
Has Cluj not bought you a coffee yet?
Yeah, yeah. Well, not brought me a coffee, no.
Beer.
Always on the left.
Priorities. Oh yeah, I see. Nice.
Well, here comes that sniper into the central VP with a ghost cap, and I love the use of this. Very, very good use of that.
Ballsy.
Totally, yeah, but I mean, he hasn't managed to find much other use for it so far, which is surprising considering playing against the OKW. I guess he doesn't want to get picked off.
Dude, the mortar on the battle group, the clumped units. Oh no, went for the garrison instead. You just need to attack that battle group all game. Veterancy 3 down, 6 kills. It attains veterancy really quickly, doesn't it?
I mean, it's been doing the splash damage a lot. Whether it's actually got model kills is another story, but the amount of health damage it's dealt is...
Ooh, Cromwell gunning Jaegers down on retreat. Brutal unit there. Yeah, a little tidbit about the Cromwell. So you've got all the British tankies in North Africa, seeing the new German tanks coming across, and also seeing that, obviously hearing about the T-34s in Russia, and they are dying for a tank with sloped armour. And then they get this tank to take to northern France, the Cromwell, and apparently British tank officers like literally were ready to mutiny. And they were really, you know, there's one that was nearly given court-martial because of how much he like grilled his generals and etc., saying, "What? You've given us a tank with flat armor in 1943? Are you mad?" I'm not even joking. It's like it's on a really good documentary the BBC released, and yeah, they did. They made the Cromwell and it had flat armor in 1943, so that's pretty brutal. Nice tidbit for you there, Dan.
Wasn't its advantage was the fact that it was so low profile because of that.
Yeah, it had it had advantages.
It missed a lot of shots because a lot of turrets didn't stoop down to that level, so it did have some benefit.
It did. You're right. It was a very fast tank as well. Cromwell's a good tank to be fair, but people they just hated the fact that it was like flat armor and riveted as well. You don't get much better than riveted armor when everybody else is welding. Here we go. That said, Cromwell's now pushing up against the Jaegers. You got the AC still alive, 5 kills and counting. Infiltration grenades miss. The MG manages to dodge. Mortar's only on a scant amount of health, so this is he's having to brace and having to repair as we speak. In the north, you've got Jove is now taken the northern victory point, and there you go. Plane goes down.
Under some serious pressure right now from the ISG. You don't normally see this happen either. Normally the mortar would dead counter the ISG, so it's been used very well. The barrage has been on pretty much point on point. You know, as soon as the ability is ready, Jove has been blasting the mortar with that. So he clearly values that this mortar is a high priority target. He's dealing with it very well. You know, that's bound to go down very soon.
There you go. Got a Panzer IV.
Han's going in with the Cromwell there.
Alfiot. Oh, rear armour through the front from that Cromwell there. Panzer IV Alfiot pushed away. Oh, what was that? The building just was decimated. I heard infantry group are lost.
Well, that was the mortar that went down there, so
Oh, right, okay.
that's finally gone down to the ISG, which is a really nice pickup, to be honest. It's the only ISG has to its name at the moment. It's a very, very important pickup. That thing was putting a lot of pressure
Also,
on Jove.
you'll notice he built a second ISG to Jove, so he definitely wants to counter the static Brit play, and the best way Hans could counter that himself is investing more in these Cromwells, and he's doing that just now. 70% built for the second Cromwell, so the second ISG may be a bit of a misstep there for Jovington.
Notice, by the way, we're nearly on 150 VP left for Jove, and the interesting point is that Hans is steady on 471. Hans currently has VP preference for faction selection in game 3. If he can hold this, hey, that's great news for him. Expects the unexpected.
I like that, it's a nice phrase. Here we go, we've got the Panzer IV yacht pushing in. Decruise the 6-pounder, probably going to attack around that thing, and attack move that thing, and he's wise to do so. Also, it then changes its turret designation and attacks the AEC, pushes that away. Cromwell has occupied this little avenue of play here, and is continuing to do so, picking units off on retreat. Elsewhere, the newly built Cromwell is now assaulting this Volksgrenadier with the Panzerschreck and the... Church! Oh!
Very close to going down.
Did he manage to... Did he kill something in the church then, or did it manage to escape?
The MG, yeah, the MG full got wiped. It was going to crush the church, but in fact, the MG went down to a shot.
Nice work there from the Panzer IV.
Oh, artillery cover is available. This could be a very nice opportunity for Hans to use that.
Brutal.
There we go.
It's in the centre. He just needs line of sight now, Dan, if he managed to make use of it. Unfortunately,
might be going in there for that.
he needs to get those Cromwells in there. He's got 55 seconds left on the very expensive but very, very powerful 250 munitions artillery cover, and any 4v4 pro out there right now knows that Helping Hand needs to chuck his units in regardless and just try and make it work for him. However, the Panzer IV's gone north. It might be taking out this Cromwell. Does indeed. Big rear armour penetration there. And the artillery cover's doing nothing, Dan. It's literally not being utilised by Hans at the moment.
Well, actually, he has got a triple cap, so these kind of seconds count. He will be able to get to the second use of artillery cover in time for its recharge with plus 52 munitions at the moment. So I wouldn't say he's in a bad spot with that. He could definitely use that better the second time round.
Here he goes. He's pushing the Cromwell in. Be expecting, Dan. Oh,
expect the unexpected. It's going to happen. Seriously, there's plenty that Hans has to work with here right now. There's tons of opportunities.
I'd say the same for Jove as well. His army is existent. He's got 2 Raketenwerfers still as well, so he can thwart these tanks. Panzer IV is rocketing out of there. One more big shot needed by the Raketen, or the Panzer IV, and that Cromwell's down and out. Oh, the Schwerpanzer takes out the AC. The Raketen is decrewed, but it does not matter because the Schwer does the work regardless. Both tanks out, and Hans is now rebuilding his second Cromwell there.
Well, just look at the army values at the top left and top right at the moment.
Oh, one second ago, Dan, you were saying Hans hasn't got a lot to work with here, and I fully agreed at the time.
Now he lost it.
He did. I agree with you.
But that's tons to work with. He's just thrown it all into the void. I mean, I could understand what he was trying to do. He may have got a pretty good pickup, to be honest, with that push. It was a bit of a gamble, but gambles don't work in this game.
Hans should start playing cricket, perhaps, or maybe American football, because this has been a hell of a throw. It's unreal. I mean, you were right. You should have paraphrased. Yeah, Hans has a lot to work with, unless he loses it all within the next 30 seconds. Here we go. He's angry now. The Cromwell's pushing in. He's got to push past the stolen 6-pounder, the Raketenwerfer. You've also got... He's trying to pick off this Volksgrenadier on retreat, but the AT guns are still facing that way. No, he's going south. He's going to try and duke it around. He's done the right thing there, so he probably will survive. Just about.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing he's got in his favour right now, he needs to really be cautious about this because VPs are massively in his favour, and Jove's nearly pop capped. He needs to climb back up. It's not too difficult as well to get back up to that level of pop cap and then work out from there. So he needs to take that in mind, the fact that he has a lot to play with. He looks like he may be losing faction selection if it does go to a game 3 now, which is unfortunate. There was no reason to drive in though. which is the massive shame. You know, he was about to come up onto artillery cover again. He had 2 Cromwells with the benefit of the command vehicle and the AEC.
Also, look at his victory point count as
that.
well, man. He could have just chilled out on his victory point count, amassed that super Brit late game that they're notorious for, maybe get a Firefly out, or possibly even a Comet, and he would have been sitting pretty, but instead he's licking his wounds. He's got barely any left. He's just brought on.
Jove was on the back foot, and it's been placed on the front foot now. Now Hans's job is to recover. He needs to play some defensive mines. He needs to make sure that Jove doesn't do the same thing, overextend and lose things. Well, actually, need to make sure Jove does do that. Jove needs to make sure he doesn't do that himself. But yeah, it's an awkward game now.
I mean, at least Hans has the 2 snipers. They're both still alive, although the Panzer IV is going to have something to say about that. One big thing for Jove, though, in all that he managed to steal the 6-pounder, which is a real good thing to have in his arsenal. Best individual AT gun, you know, traditional kind of 3-man AT gun in the game by far. It's like a pack, but it just has a few better qualities. Oh, nice from Helping Hands, attacking through the side blocker there, denying the Panzer Shreks, which can't do the same. Jove just proving that to you there, right there. ISGs as well from Jove, been really powerful. Just going to stop him from trying to get into the centre. And his 6-pounder Hans is not going to have much. Will I catch the plane where it lands? No, I won't. Never be able to catch that bloody thing. Oh, the command tank nearly went down. That could have been good for Jove, bad for Hans if he'd managed to finally get rid of the infinite recon ability.
Luke's just pointed out that we're trying to suss out what Jove's next vehicle is going to be. I'd actually think a Panzer IV would be the best choice, especially after wiping that many Cromwells.
Yeah, I agree. He's already got 1, but why not 2?
It looks like he might be going for the Panther. With a good call, but I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing you would normally do in this situation. Hans is doing well to get back into the game right now. You see he's bumped up his top cap to 8 now from what was touching 30. It's it means he's gonna start pulling back a little bit and evening it up. But this next build from Jove, I think, will be quite decisive. If he goes for another Panzer IV, he could really do some damage to the infantry. That pop cap low from Hans. A Panzer is not going to be overly useful. Is he dropping a lot of support weapons?
Yeah, he's using, you know, infantry units. Ah, he's using air resupply operation to make his infantry move faster to get back into the field of combat and try and make something work for him, seemingly. I mean, one thing Jove could do, and this is what I'd do, this is what, you know, this I'm just trying to survey the situation as a backseat gamer here. Get your second truck up, your mechanised regiment headquarters, so you can repair, and get a second Panzer IV, and then it'd always be healthy, and, you know, you can just keep retreating, keep repairing. They can deal with anything Hans has, and that's not a bad option. That's me trying to talk as a level 500 OKW player.
Well, just watch this very, very carefully. Panther's come out on the field now, so the vehicle is going to be a bit stretched for Hans, who's going for another Cromwell.
Bugger.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say.
To paraphrase, bugger. Oh, big shot in from the Panzer IV, counter snipe. My God, and now he's going to attack, move this 6-pounder out of existence. Cromwell's got a thing to say about that, but the Panther will soon be in field of combat and have something to say about it in turn. One would presume. I just apparently destroyed people's ears with my shout, but never mind. Oh, the Panther's now in position. He's attacking both Cromwells, going hell for leather to kill these things. Oh. Oh, another thing we have to point out, by the way, Danny boy, is Loveness is currently resting. And we're used to him doing this. He's having a chill.
So he beat Nagano then?
Oh, did he? That's true, they were in a decider. Sorry, I'm presuming he did. My bad. Sorry. Sorry, Nagano, you know I'm your fanboy. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, well, this game's starting to go downhill now. The thing is, as well, is that Jove has to take a lot of VPs off of Hans, and Hans is not going to give up.
No, not sure he does, but he's built Cromwells. Now they're very good medium tanks, or as the British would like to tell you, cruiser tanks. But they're not going to be able to go toe to toe with a Panther, and that's just exemplified right now with that big, massive frontal armor penetration. Pretty much every single time, in fact.
We've got to see something come in now. We're coming up to the amount of munitions for artillery cover again. This could be an opportunity to turn the tables and get back in it, but it has to be done in a specific way. We could also see the Firefly come in as well. That would be really, really good. Firefly is probably the last necessity in this build. 2 Cromwells and a Firefly are more than potent enough to get back in this game. The problem is that Hans needs to realize that and implement that very, very quickly. Most of his army now is based on close range engagements with SMGs. This is going to go a little bit against him, but basically his whole build is relying on the Cromwells right now. There's a number of Ricketts on the field from Jove, so he needs to be careful. There is still a chance for him to turn this around. I would just say brace yourselves, because something is either going to go very wrong or it's going to be an epic game.
Oh, we're drawing on 1,000 viewers very shortly, by the way, Dan. And apparently, at 1,000 viewers, Clue's just the truffle shuffle.
I'm up for that.
But you also have to dance topless as well, so there's that. Would you dance topless for 1,000 viewers on Valentine's Day, Dan? Or would that be the lowest point in your life?
I did a bit last time.
Okay. Oh, nice from Helping Hands. He manages to finally destroy the stolen 6-pounder. The Panther's got something to say about that. It's going to maraud into the centre and attack Grant.
What's CS on about? There was 2 Ricketts when I said he has Ricketts on the field. There was 2 Ricketts and 2 ISGs, so don't bring that up.
Yep, he's right. CS has been a naughty little boy.
He
thinks just because he's a better player than us and knows more about the game than us, he has the ability to say things. No!
I triple checked there was 2 Ricketts on the field when I said that, so you can
I think he should apologise, to be honest, mate. He should apologise. Alright, no, the Panther is thwarting the Cromwell, stopping them coming into the centre. It's situation critical for Hans. I know he's got the victory points, but in general it's situation critical because he's got a lot of work to do. He's slowly rebuilt his army, in thanks to the Royal Engineer Recovery Squad, which he happily bought on.
Well, now we're going to play this.
What's that, matey?
Apparently, because I didn't say AT, I said Ricketts because the symbols look the same. Now I'm in the wrong.
Oh, so it was ISGs. He did have 2 Ricketts at one point, though.
Let's go for that one.
You know, the one where I said bunkers cost 200 manpower and then I made up that I was on about infantry deaths as well. You know, there's always a way back, Dan, and I think you found it. Here we go, the Panthers... Panthers trying to find the rear armour of this Cromwell, and it may very well do that. You've also got the Panzer IV Alfjord helping out. The other Cromwell's in stow. This Vet 2 Cromwell's all important though. One big shot from the Panther, possibly going down. Oh, will he find it? Oh, come on, Panther. Oh, he found it just in the nick of time. Look at that angle there. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Cromwell's out for vengeance though, trying to penetrate the Panzer IV. Osterman going to do some damage. Does actually get the Panzer IV. Great shot from the cruiser tank there. Attains veterancy 2, but probably going to go down to the dying Panzer IV. Out of control. Still gets the kill regardless. Great feature there. Love it. Absolutely love it. And we had... God, my face is red, by the way, but we had all that, by the way. We had artillery cover put in the south, Dan. Why in the south?
Yeah, there was... Wait, let me just make sure it was a Ricketts. There was a Ricketts down there with some infantry, and I think Hans was trying to defend the VP, so...
That's 250
yeah, I mean...
munitions.
It was a lot of munitions for that, definitely. I mean, if that had been used on the right-hand side VP, that could have been a serious game changer.
If Helping Hands played with the Angry Bears 4v4 like I do, he'd know exactly how to use artillery cover to its maximum effectiveness, and that is not how you use artillery cover, my friend. Right, there we go. We've got a big stun round in on the Oshvin. This is Helping Hands' last gasp effort in this thing. He's got to try his hardest to get back in this. He has no 6-pounder left. He's got one Cromwell just coming onto the field now. This Cromwell is our saviour, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Jesus Cromwell. Will it somehow miraculously get Helping Hands back into this? 250 victory points remaining.
This is painful to watch, man.
Is it painful though? I mean, for me,
painful,
it's going to a decider ace game. I'm loving it. Smashes into that building. No, he misses it. I just love the Panzer IV yacht when it was out of control and still managed to kill that Cromwell. What a lol. Loveness, by the way, I've had an update. He's currently gone to a spa in Berlin to have his face. He's had a pedicure. Face mask on. He's having a facial. Cucumbers over both eyelids. He's fully refreshed and ready for the final. Should he have beaten Nagano? Very eager to see what's happened in that, by the way. I mean, what are your bets there? Do you reckon Nagano's won or Loveness's won?
I would expect Loveness's won.
Yeah, but Nagano's a beast. You can't deny that he's a beast. Oh, he's gone cloak. Oh yes, sorry, it's not going to be an ace game. Helping Hands didn't win the first. My bad. I honestly thought I was got into the... You're laughing at me, but come on. We're 7 hours in here, Danny boy. My bad, I thought it was an ace game. In fact, no, Jove looks like to be taking this 2-0. We cost a lot of Helping Hands in fairness today, Dan. I think this is our 4th Helping Hands match, isn't it? Or 3rd, maybe.
We've cost a lot of Helping Hands today, but that's mainly due in part that he's played really, really well today. This has been a bit of a lacquer game. But Jove, to everyone's credit, Jove is a really, really good player. So the situation of this game is got to be so stressful. Of course, players are going to make mistakes. You can't get at anybody for that. As much as it's painful to watch some of the things, there's what, like 4 or 5 Cromwells we're on now, when they haven't been doing the work at all, and the pressure can get overwhelming. So
look at this Osvind doing his hardest to try and shoot down the Commander Recon. Is that Command tank? Is that Command Universal Carrier? This is the first one, by the way, the one that was built at the very start of the game. He's done well to keep it alive. Oh, by the way, hang on. Do you know when you were casting that 2v2 tournament thing, and they had sextons on the field, and they had the RT, the Vic, what's it called? The begins with the V, Valentine tank.
yes,
It was spotting. It's got an ability that spots for the sexton, which gave it the increased range.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching. I remember you. Sorry, it's like a flashback from 2 weeks ago. I remember. That's what it was. Sorry. That's the only way it's ever useful.
People expecting it to be an off-map T70, but as a spotter unit and like an infrared half-track,
It's the only way Sexton's ever useful. Oh, finally! Finally, the Universal Carrier goes down, this time to a Panther. Massively outmatched. The 6-pounder opens up on the Panther. Big penetration, however. The Shreks take out the Cromwell. That's the 4th Cromwell to go down, Dan.
surrender. I can't take it anymore.
You're making Stormless cry. Look at Stormless crying, everybody.
Oh.
He's crying. He's got his face in his hands. Big Helping Hands fanboy. He's got his Helping Hands t-shirt on underneath that t-shirt. I'm joking, Dan. I'm joking.
Fine. you gotta give credit that he's fighting. He's still got the VP lead. I think he honestly thinks he can get back in this, which I would love to see, to be honest. But he's gonna see this through to the end.
Well, he's
the commander has given the over-the-top order, and Hands will make no retreat.
Oh, the Vet 3 sniper! He just killed the sniper with a fucking Shrek!
is
best
Hans'
player
luck
ever.
in this game?
Where is my luck in this game? Hey, we'll have to
Where
play
is-
that to celebrate. Not celebrate. I mean to, you know.
Oh my god, that's so unfortunate.
It is brutal. That was brutal. And Helping Hands being a champion, being an utter, you know, he really wants to compete in ESL. We've seen how much it means to him, and it's really unfortunate for the Brit in this particular case that Jove has just, you know, been too strong. Hans in that first game, he did not do very well. His two Vermex snipers got countered by a single bar squad, and here we go. He surrendered 40 minutes in the semi-final. So Hans there will be going forward to compete for 90 euros in the third place runner-up. So good luck to him there. We wish him all the best of luck. Hans, not that he needs it, seeing his donations come in recently. But yeah, that's a great game. Let's have a quick look at the stats and then we'll go to Dan's lovely face. Hang on. Pretty even in terms of KD. You'll notice that Jove, after that middle engagement there, I think that may have been where that Panzer IV took out, and the Panther took out pretty much everything, and then after that it was pretty much all over. And we're in the final, Dan, and I'm so excited, mate. I'm gonna keep it on the screen there and go straight to the brackets. Where are we up to? What happened with Nagano? Love Nest. Hype. Who won? Love Nest won. Okay, Love Nest won. Right, okay. So that is as we thought. So it's going to be Love Nest versus Jove. And Jove knocked Love Nest out in last week, so we've got a big story to tell in this final, Dan. It's getting exciting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And I'm sad to see Hans leave at the moment. I really thought he was going to be a finalist today. But of course he does score himself enough points that he's going to be able to probably make it into the top 8, which is of course the big one where we need to see players. So I think at least able to take away important part of that, which is the points for ESL. Jove versus Loveness. Did we see this last week in the NA? We did, didn't we? And these were killer games. These were really good.
Oh,
So
they were unreal.
Casting this.
Nagano Loveness, the first replay was 608 kilobytes, which is around about 20 minutes. Second game was 1 megabyte, which is around 40 minutes. So that's a big game right there. And then the third game, the decider, Loveness smashed Nagano, in about 10 or 15 minutes of play. So very good there by Loveness. He's kept himself nice and fresh, and he countered Nagano very quickly in that third game. So that's a little recap on what my replay kind of can see there. Let's take it over to Dan's face. Ah, he's hideous.
How lazy is that? You know that.
What's that?
You go to the homepage of the Co2 game, you've got all the bundles and stuff, and the first and the fourth and the third and the fifth are the same image.
Oh, they are. God.
Yeah, just copy pasted.
Nice.
Well, here we go, the finals. This is gonna be good actually. I don't know if anyone else watched the NA finals of this last week. I stayed up like all night watching it. It was really good actually.
There's an NA. What do you mean?
Well, Jove and Loveness played, didn't they?
Yeah, that was
And
epic.
Loveness has got something to say to Jove really today,
Oh.
which is that no one knocks me off my throne. No one knocks me out of my high chair and steals my food and comes back week 2 for more. It's gonna be a big match. We want to see Loveness really.
Loveness really
Okay.
what? Sorry. You're not going to fanboy for Loveness now, are you? What do you have against Russian people?
I don't really think it's Russian. What do you want about?
You said I want to see Loveness really. What does that mean?
Win.
You don't want to. You can't say that. You got to be thingy. What's the word? Unbiased.
Hey, look. My